To the next start in the Mark Fydrich replay, 1976 inside pitch style. And today's opponent will be the Chicago White Sox. Kind of ironic since I spent so much time doing the Chicago White Sox from Stratomatic 1977. So kind of a little bit of a reversal here. All right, so let me get you all up to date on where we are. We are at Tiger Stadium, and kind of scribbled it down real quick. Hopefully you can see it. I am hoping. All right, so through 20 starts, the top corner or top row here is his replay stats, and the bottom row is the in real life stats. Probably got them reversed, but that's just the way I did them. So fairly close on innings pitched, fairly close on hits, reasonably close on runs, a little bit high on home runs for the in real life where the replay is not reflecting that. Walks pretty similar. A little bit few more strikeouts in real life. One more win in real life, 14-5 versus 13-5. And then the ERA, he's doing much better on the replays at a 1.97, where the Sox have a good offense. So we'll see if Fydrich is able to withstand that offense. So let's take a look here and see what we've got. Let's see, 720. Okay, that's still showing 720. Don't know why this thing is spinning on my computer screen, but I'm getting the circular here, so I don't know. I'm hoping it's still working all right. We shall see. Certainly am hoping it is still going here. Might need to put the little, shine some light on the thing here to get some better lighting. So we shall get going. Mark Fydrich, again, he is in the replay. He is 13-5, whereas in real life he was 14-5. So very close stats so far. We'll go through the starting lineups very quickly. For the Chicago White Sox, leading off will be Jerry Hairston in right field. Ralph Garr is in left field. Don't know why this thing is spinning, because what I'm doing on my computer, I'm not seeing, or what I'm doing on my phone, I'm not seeing on my computer. So let me refresh this. Maybe my computer is screwing up. Let's see if I can get out of this and go back and come back in. Maybe that's the problem. Let's try this again. Okay, now I can see what you're seeing, hopefully. All right, getting a little concerned there. All right, it was kind of frozen on me. Okay, so we'll start all over again. Jerry Hairston's in right field. Ralph Garr's in left. George Orta's the DH. Jim Spencer's at first. Brian Downey behind the plate. Chet Lemon in center. Jack Brohammer at second. Bill Stein at third. And Alan Bannister is your shortstop. For the homestanding Tigers, LaFleur is in center. Myers in left. Ogilvy in right. Staub the DH. He's the hero from the previous game. Thompson's at first. Rodriguez is at third. Wagner's at short. Bruce Kim's catching, and Chuck Scrivener is at second base. And the reason Wagner's at short is because Tom Verizor is currently injured in real life, so he's unable to play this game. Okay, so hopefully those festivities are out of the way. Let me see what you're seeing on the computer so I can see if there's too much glare, if I need to adjust something. Let me bring it down just a hair, maybe a little closer. I may need to get this thing a little bit closer. Let's see. Let's see how that does. If I take the flash off, will that help? Or will that hinder? Let's see. So it's getting some light on the Fydrich card. Let's see. Let me turn the lamp light on and see if that helps. Oh, it would help if I plug the lamp light in, wouldn't it? That would make a big difference, wouldn't it? Let's see here. The perils of doing a live thing here. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. I think that's okay. I think the lighting there is pretty decent. About as good as I'm going to get, I think. All right, so I think we're ready to roll. At least I'm going to play it like we're ready to roll anyway, because I'm looking at my laptop at the feed, and it looks like it's about as good as it's going to get. All right, as the Jack Nicholson movie is entitled. All right, so Jerry Hairston against Mark the Bird Fydrich. This game was played August the 25th, and the Tigers won the game in real life 3-1. Complete games by both pitchers in this game in real life. So let's see how if art imitates life. Mark Fydrich facing Hairston. 4-3 on Fydrich's card is a potential single, but he's not tired, so it's going to be considered a blank. Then we move on to Hairston. 2-4. He's going to fly to center. Easy peasy for one away, and that brings up Ralph Garr, the left fielder, for the White Sox. 4-3, and that's the same roll we just had before. It's a blank, so we go to Garr's card. 3-2. That's a ground ball to second, put away by Scribner as he throws to Thompson. 2 up, 2 down. So good start so far for Fydrich here in start number 21. 1-4 and orders a lefty, so that means that's a star line. So it's automatic out. Let's see what kind of out it is. It's a 1, which means he grounds to second again. So Scribner on the ball twice. Makes the play. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Down go the White Sox. And at the end of half an inning, it is Chicago nothing and Detroit coming to bat. And the pitcher for the White Sox, Bart Johnson, who also had a complete game in this actual game in real life. In 76, he was kind of rough, 9-16 with a 4.73 ERA. So the Tigers are hoping to be able to put up some runs against Mr. Johnson. We shall see. Ron LaFleur will lead them off here. 6-6, that's a home run chance right off the get-go, but that's a 20, so it's going to fail the home run check, so no chance of a home run. We consider it a blank and go to LaFleur's card. 4-4, that's a question mark 7 against a right-hander. 1-12 would be a base hit, but that's a 17, so that means he's going to fly to left. And there's one away, so the D20 not cooperative with Mr. LaFleur. And that'll bring up Dan Meyer, the left fielder. Johnson, a 6-1. Split chance against a lefty batter. It's a walk possibility. That's a 12. His walk is only a 6, so way too high for it to be a walk. We'll go to Meyer to finish out. 4-5, and he's going to ground it to third. And Mr. Stein will throw over to Spencer, make it 2 up and 2 down. And that'll bring up Ben Ogilvy. 5-6 on Bart Johnson's a potential walk. Ogilvy's walk, though, is only a 4. That's an 11, so it fails that check. 5-4, and that's a single pass first base. First hit of the game belongs to Ben Ogilvy, as he got that S3 result. Ogilvy's attempt is a 4. You add 1 from Bart Johnson, makes it a 5. So 1-5, and he will attempt to steal. 6 or 7 is a hit and run. It's a 2, so he's going to attempt to steal. His stolen base number is a 14. Johnson adds 1, makes it a 15. The catcher Downing is a 0. So 1-15, and Ogilvy will steal it. And it's a 1. So he not only does he steal it, there's a chance of a throwing error because we got that 1 there. Throwing error on Downing is a 5, so we'll re-roll. If it's a 5 or less, it's a throwing error. 19, no throwing error, but it will be a stolen base. Successful for Ben Ogilvy. And we won't do a strategy roll with the runner on second because he's not going to try to steal third. And Bart Johnson has no chance of a balk or a pickoff. So we just ignore that. Go straight to the Rusty Staub at bat. 2-4, strikeout chance, but Staub only a 6. That's a 12, no strikeout. Go to Staub. 6-4, that's a question mark 8. Against right-handers, it's 1-15. That's a 12. 12 puts it into a double category. So Rusty Staub picking up where he left off. Had that walk-off homer in the previous game. He now doubles in Ben Ogilvy in this game. And the Tigers lead it 1-0. Where did I get my hand? It's a phone. I use my phone. I don't have a camera. I have a Samsung S20 FE, I think it's called. I just got it really because my other phone broke. So this phone's only been with me for 2 days. So I'm still learning the ins and outs. I probably don't have all the video stuff the way I'd like it. But yeah, Aiden, I would highly encourage you to stream some stuff out there and let us see you in action. See how you do your Stratomatic, because I love Stratomatic. Inside Pitch and Stratomatic both are great games. All right, so here we go. Jason Thompson with Staub already at second base and 1 out. 3-1's a blank on Bart Johnson. We go to Jason Thompson. 1-6, he's going to fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. But the Tigers do get a run, and they give an early lead to Mr. Fydrich to see if he can hold it. But the White Sox lineup is pretty tough, so we'll see how Fydrich can handle it. He was all right in the first, but he still got 8 innings to go, so anything is liable to happen. Hello, Mr. Gardner. How are you? I'm trying to get this camera working. Hopefully, I'm looking through my computer, and it looks like it's showing only 720 on my computer. So I don't know. I guess the numbers the cards are clear. I'm hoping so. We shall see. I'm not used to playing at night. My wife now works at night, so it's easier for me to record and stream at night versus the daytime. So it is just now getting dark, so having to adjust and figure out what lamp lights I need to try to make it look, where I can read the cards because it's not so dark, but I don't want it so bright that there's glare. So it's a work in progress, as I like to say. All right, so Jim Spencer leads off the top of the second. Tigers lead at 1-0. Fydrich 2-2, and that's a blank on that card. So we go to Spencer, finish the at bat. 3-5. That's a fly to center. So Chet Lemon puts it away. Spencer is retired. Here's Brian 10 Downing Street. 4-2, and that's a strikeout chance. The W there comes into play if he's fatigued, and obviously in the second inning he's nowhere near fatigued, so it's a strikeout chance. Strikeout chance for Downing against a right-hander is an 11. That's a 7. 7 is less than the 11, so it will be a strikeout. So Downing goes down on strikes. Hey there, Mr. RJL. How are you doing? Hopefully the video quality is a little bit better than what the Stratomatic was one yesterday. I don't know. I'm still a work in progress, I should say. All right, so 2 up, 2 down. Tigers lead at 1-0 here in top of the second. Here's Chet Lemon. 6-3, strikeout chance for Bird. That's a 6. He's a 10, plus you had 1 from the stadium, so it's definitely a strikeout. And the inning is over. So the Bird, 6 up and 6 down through 2 innings. And Bart Johnson coming back out. Like I said, the Tigers won this game in real life 3-1. Both pitchers pitched complete games. So as far as needing the bullpen, I'll just go with whoever I think is needed. The Dice Tower is very nice. Ever since I bought that, I've been very, very happy. In fact, I think RJL and Tabletop Earl have both bought it since then, and I think they're enjoying it also, from what I understand. Let's see. So it beats me trying to roll by my hand where the dice are going all over the place, so I prefer to use the Dice Tower. All right, here's Aurelio Rodriguez. 6-2. That's a wild pitch, but nobody's on base, so it's treated as a foul ball, so we re-roll on the pitcher card. We do not go to the batter card yet. We re-roll on the pitcher card. 6-4. That's a double question mark. Come down here. Rodriguez is a right-hander. There is no entry here, so it's considered a blank. And we go to Rodriguez. Finish the at-bat. 1-2. He's going to fly to left. And there's one away. And that'll bring up Mark Wagner, the shortstop. No relation to Lyle. 1-6. Nothing there. Or Porter. I'm showing my age on both those names. Wagner, 4-4. Ground ball to third. That's 2 down. And if anybody's curious, I am 55. Like Sammy Hagar, I can't drive 55, but I can live 55. All right, 4-5. Strikeout chance. That's a 14. Way too high for Bruce Kim. Go to Kim's card. 5-1. Single to pass or single out to center field. Bruce Kim, a 2-out single. He's got an attempt of a 3. +1 from Bart Johnson makes it a 4. 1-4. He'll try to steal. 5 or 6 is a hit and run. That's a 9. I thought it was a 6 at first. That's a 9, so nothing's going on. We move on to Chuck Scrivener. Bart Johnson, 5-4, and that is a blank. So we move on to Mr. Scrivener. 1-3, a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. I get a lot of fly to lefts in these games. I'm not sure why. The cards are canted that way or what, but it just seems like I get a lot of... There's been 4 flyouts to left field by the Tigers already. Of course, none by the White Sox, but just seems like sometimes I get those rolls like that. All right, top of the third we go. 1-0 Tigers. Jack Brohammer, second baseman, will lead things off. 3-5 for Fydrich. He just missed his star line chance. 3-5 to blank. 1 to Brohammer. 5-1. He grounds to second. And that's put away easily by Mr. Scrivener. 1 down. for Bill Stein. Bill Stein would, following year, would go to Seattle in the expansion draft. But here he's with the White Sox. 3-3, and that's the ballpark. That sign means we're going to Tiger Stadium. Not going to roll on Stein's card. We're going to roll over here on Tiger Stadium. 5-4. 5-4 is a question mark 9, and up through Tiger Stadium. Anything up to a 17 is going to be a hit. That's a 10. 10 is a double. 10 to 12 there is a D. That means it's a double. So the first hit of the game, it is Bill Stein. Thanks to Tiger Stadium, he gets a double. He will not try to steal. I will do the strategy roll because Fydrich does have a chance of a pickoff if we roll a 20, and we do not. So that brings up Alan Bannister. 5-4. That's a range play. So we go to Bannister's card and see who the range check is on. 1-5. It's a single past second, but second baseman Scribner has a chance to stop that from being a hit. His range is a 3. So if he can, it's a 1, 2, or 3 on this red die, he will make the play. It's a 6, he will not. It's a single. So now we have to check the chart to see if, and this is the chart I'm talking about, to see if the runner can score. Stein's BR rating, or base running rating, is a 3, and to score on an S4 from second base, you need a 2 through 6, so that means Stein will score. And we got a tie game. So the number 9 hitter, Alan Bannister, gets a base hit to tie the game. And now with check Bannister, he's got an attempt of 8. So we'll see if he can get any kind of a jump. It's a 10. That means it's a hit and run. Anytime you get 2 more than the attempt, or 1 or 2 more than the attempt, it's a hit and run. So we'll go to Jerry Hairston for a hit and run, but we're first going to roll on the Fydrich card because you could get a strikeout, could get all kinds of things. 6-6, it's a blank. So now we go to Hairston's card for the hit and run. 4-5, and that's a fly to right. So he will fly out, and the runner on first, Bannister, will retreat. And there's 2 away. We're rolling the strategy, make sure there's no pickoff, and there's not. Here's Ralph Garr, runner on first and 2 outs, tied at 1 here in the third. Fydrich, 1-2, strikeout chance. 13, though, is too much. We go to Garr. Finish with Garr. It's a 1-5, and it's a star line 2, which is a ground ball to short. And Wagner over to Thompson to end the inning, but the White Sox do tie it. A double from Stein and a single from Bannister. We're tied 1-1 here in the, now going to the bottom of the third. So I'll bring up top of the order, and Ron LaFleur flew to left his first time up. 6-3 is a range play with an @ sign. That means we got the range play at Tiger Stadium. LaFleur, 6-3. That's a ground ball to third, but we're checking the range of the third baseman, Stein. He's only a 2. If he fails that, then there's a chance of a base hit. 1-2, he makes the play. Anything else, it's a base hit. It's a 5. He fails it. Now we're going to re-roll. If it's a 5 or 6, that single becomes a double. Yeah, it's not. It's going to be a single. So leadoff single from Ron LaFleur, and he has a chance to steal. 8 attempt with a +1 makes him a 9. That's a 7, so LaFleur is going to take off. 15 for stolen bases, +1 makes him a 16. Downing's a 0. 1-16, he will steal it. And it's a 20. He is caught stealing. Good gracious. Well, there you go. You thought you had a good chance, but I don't know. I guess he slipped or something. I don't know. All right, here is Dan Meyer. Now the base is clear and 1 out. 5-5. That's a potential walk chance. 19, though, is way too much. So we go to Meyer's card. 6-6. It's a single pass first. And boy, that caught stealing. Really, it's coming to bite him now. That would have probably been runners on the corners. But the caught stealing took care of all that. So now Meyer, speaking of stealing, he's got an attempt of 3, make it 4 with that +1. And he will try to steal. He's got a stolen base of 20, plus the 1 is a 21, but I think there's no guarantee. I think on a 20, he would be caught stealing. RJ, if you're still there, RJL, if you're still there, I think even though it's over 20, it seems to me there's something in the rules that says on a 20, he will get thrown out regardless of the rating. I think that's the way that plays, but we'll see. Hopefully there won't be a 20 here. And there's not. It's a 1. In fact, there's a chance of a throwing error because of that 1 there. So the throwing error chance on Downing is a 5. That's a 6, no throwing error. So stolen base for Dan Meyer. So even though LaFleur was unsuccessful, Meyer was successful. He's at second base. One down for Bart Johnson. Again, no strategy roll because he has none of these options here for pickoffs. 3-3. Home run question mark. Left-hander Ogilvy to be a home run question mark to get that pass. It's a 1-7, and the ambulance is rode down the street. Has to be a 1-7 to pass the check. That's a 19, so that's what I thought. 20 is out. That's what I thought. 19 fails the check, so we won't be a home run check. We go to Ogilvy to finish the at-bat. 3-1, fly to right, and that's 2 down. Well, a stolen base or a caught stealing by LaFleur is really coming back to bite him. Here's Rusty Staub. 3-4, and a 3-4 is a possible error if a throw is necessary. 5-3, ground ball to second, a throw will be necessary. The number on the D20 is a 7. We're checking the second baseman. Second baseman is Brohammer. His error is a 5. Since 7 is higher than 5, he will make the play. It would have had to been a 1-5 to be an error. So Brohammer makes the play, and the Tigers come away empty here in the third. Thought they had something, but just didn't work out that way for them. All right, we go to the top of the fourth, and that'll bring up George Horta, the designated hitter. Against Fydrich, 1-5 as a home run question mark, and he will pass that check. That's a 1-19. That's a 9. So now we're going to roll for Horta, and his home run total here is an 18 against right-handers. So anything other than a 19 or 20 in Horta has gone deep. And he has. Home run, George Horta. Figured he ought to do something, and he did. And Fydrich gives up a home run. He was fixed in between on that pitch, and Horta just took him deep. So it's 2-1 Sox now as they have reclaimed the lead. And here's Fydrich to Spencer, trying to shake that off. 5-5 strikeout chance, but 15 is too much on the D20. Go to Spencer, 3-4, and that's a pop out to first. Jason Thompson will clutch it, 1 down for Brian Downing. Fydrich, 3-5, blank. Move on to Downing. 4-1. That's a single pass second for Brian Downing. Base hit, 1 out, base hit. His attempt is a 2, so we'll see if Downing wants to go anywhere. It's a 1. He's going to try to steal. He's a 14. However, Fydrich is a -3, makes it an 11. Kim's a -2. That drops him to a 9. So a 1-9, and he will steal it. That's a 4, so he gets in there. Stolen base. Stolen base for Brian Downing. Not really noted to be stealing, but the strategy roll played it out. So there you go. I use the strategy rolls when it makes sense. And when the score is close. So it's a blowout, obviously we don't do it. But here's Chet Lemon, and we'll roll the strategy to make sure Fydrich doesn't throw a 20 on there to be a possible pickoff, and he did not. So Lemon facing Fydrich. 1-3, that's a star line. So Fydrich found one of his star lines. And now we come over there. It's a 2, and that's a ground ball to short. And that will hold the runner at second base with the ball hit in front of him. So 2 down, and that'll bring up Brohammer. We're checking the strategy roll. Nothing happening. Brohammer is up. Fydrich, 6-5. It's a range play. Checking the range of one of the Tiger fielders. It's a 6-1. That's a question mark 7. So there's a couple checks here. You would normally check the range with this D20, but this D20 is needed to check this result. And this result says 1-8 on Brohammer's card is a base hit. That's an 8. That's a triple, possible triple, but it's a range play. So the left fielder could stop that triple. Left fielder's Meyer, he's a 2. Not a very good chance. But this is a 1 or a 2, then he'll get to it. If not, it's an RBI triple from Brohammer. It's a 4, so it's an RBI triple for Brohammer. And the Sox lead it 3-1 as Fydrich now has given up 3 runs, which he has not done for a long time. But now he's in trouble, down 3-1. And here's Bill Stein. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Stein, 4-2. That's a strikeout chance. It's a 5, so he will go down on strikes to end the inning. However, 2 runs come in. A couple of extra base hits, a home run by Horta, and a triple by Brohammer. And the Sox lead it 3-1. Ironically, the Tigers won this game in real life 3-1. But we still got a long way to go. We're just in the bottom of the fourth. So anything is liable to happen. In fact, I need to plug in my laptop because it's got a battery low charge on that, so I don't want to mess anything up with that. So let me plug that in real quickly so I don't have any issues on that. So let's get that in there. Okay, so now it's back to where it needs to be. Okay, so Bart Johnson will start things off facing Jason Thompson. We get a 6-1. That's a possible walk against a left-handed batter. That's a 5, so Jason Thompson will draw the leadoff walk. Leadoff walk for Jason Thompson. His attempt is a 1. Plus 1 from Bart Johnson makes it a 2. That's a 7, so nothing's happening. So that brings up Aurelio Rodriguez. The infield is at double play depth. Johnson 6-3 is a range play at the stadium. So we'll see what happens with that. Range play at Tiger Stadium. 5-5 is a star line 4. And a star line 4 is a ground ball to short. So the range play, now they're double play depth, so the range of the shortstop is going to be reduced by 1 because they're at double play depth. Shortstop Bannister was already only a 2. He's now a 1. So if this is not a 1, it's going to get through for a base hit. And it does. So it's a base hit for Rodriguez. Turns into an S6. And Thompson with the S6, he can't go from first to third unless he has a 5 or a 6 base running rating. His base running rating is only a 3. So he will have to hold. But it is first and second Tigers as they try to come back against the White Sox. Now, first and second, nobody out. Mark Wagner is going to bunt. He's going to bunt, but first we're going to check Johnson's card, make sure there's no strikeout or anything. 3-6 is a blank, so we're going to the bunt possibility on Wagner. And let's see here. Wagner, let me get the bunt chart out here. Wagner's a 5, and so that means on a good bunt would be 1 through 16. That's a 13, so that's good to go. And the red die is a 5, so it's fielded by the third baseman. So it's sacrifice hit 5-4. Puts runners at second and third. So Wagner does the job. Tying runs are in scoring position with 1 out for Bruce Kim, the catcher. Infield is back. They'll give up the run to get the out. 3-4, possible error on a throw. Bruce Kim, 4-6. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. His error rating is a 4. That's a 10, so no error there. And with the hit right back to the mound, the runners are going to have to hold. They're not going to take the chance of trying to score with the hit right back to the mound. So they hold, 2 down, and it's up to Chuck Scrivener to get it done. 2-5, possible hit by pitch. Needs a 0. That's a -8, so no hit by pitch. For the Scrivener, 6-5, question mark 7. 1 through 9 is a hit. That's an 11. This means it's a fly to left. And the Tigers disappointingly leave 2 runners in scoring position. And we go to the 5th as they trail it 3-1. 3-1. All right, so that'll bring up Alan Bannister, number 9 hitter. 5-3, and that's a possible strikeout, but 17 is way too high for that. We finish on Bannister. 1-4, Starline 1's ground ball to second. So Scrivener over to Thompson, 1 down. Back to the top of the order for Jerry Hairston. 6-4, and that is a double question mark. Hairston's switch hitter batting left, which means a 1 through 5 is a star line, but that's a 20. So it's treated as a blank. Go to Hairston, 4-3. It's a liner right to second. So hit it hard, but right at Scrivener. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Ralph Garr. 6-6 is blank on Mark Fydrich's card. We go to Garr. 3-2, and that is a ground ball to second. So Scrivener kept busy this inning, making all those plays. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, still 3-1. Score is inverse from what it was in real life. Tigers trying to change that. They will have the top of the order, Ron LaFleur, up against Bart Johnson. 5-2 is a range play. See who the range check is going to be on. 5-4 is a single pass first, but we're checking the range of Spencer. He's a 3. So if this is a 3 or less, he will make the play. 4, 5, or 6, it gets by him for a hit. It's a 2, so Spencer will, I'll call it a 3-1 since he had ranged far away to make the play. He has to throw to Johnson covering for out number 1 to get the speedy LaFleur. Here's Dan Meyer. 6-6, that's a home run chance. Don't need to check anything over here. It's a straight home run chance. That's a 5, but his is only a 3. So Meyer, not much of a home run hitter, is not going to get it this time. Finish up on Meyer's card. 4-4. He flies to center. So got up under it. Chet Lemon puts it away. 2 down for Ben Ogilvy. Now, if Ogilvy gets the home run check, he's automatic. Johnson, 5-3 is a blank. We go to Ogilvy. 6-3. Ground ball to Spencer, and that's going to do it. 3 up and 3 down. So despite being 9-16 with a 4.73 ERA, Bart Johnson is pitching like Walter Johnson almost. All right, so we go to the top of the 6th. Fydrich facing George Orta, who took him deep his last time up. Fydrich trying to avoid that. 4-6, hit by pitch chance, but -4 on the hit by pitch. So that's way too high for that. So we skip it and go to Orta's card. 3-6, and that's a split chance against a righty. It's a ground ball back to the mound. So Fydrich makes the play on Orta. 1 down, and here's Jim Spencer. 1-4, and that's a star line against a lefty. It's a split result, but a left-handed batter is a star line. So we'll see who will make the out. It's a 2, which is a ground ball to short. And Wagner throws over to Thompson. 2 up, 2 down for Brian Downing. He singled, stole second, and scored his last trip. 1-4. Would have been another star line, but Downing's a righty, so this time it's a potential walk, and that's a 1, which means he will walk automatically. So Downing draws the 2-out walk, and he's got a chance to steal again. His attempt is a 2. See if he can do it. He cannot. So it's a no play there. So he will just hold right there. We will roll the strategy roll. Make sure nothing's happening. It's not. Here's Chet Lemon. Fydrich, 4-2. Strikeout chance. That's a 7. Lemon's a 10. That's a strikeout. Innings over. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 3-1 Tigers. I'm sorry, 3-1 White Sox. It's 3-1 Tigers in real life in the actual game. But Bart Johnson is on the money so far. Here's Rusty Staub. He's doubled and grounded to second. 2-2 is a blank, so we go to Staub's card. 3-5, and that's a ground ball to first. Spencer getting a lot of action over at first base. 1 away. Jason Thompson. 1-6 blank. Thompson's card. 2-1, ground ball to second. Easy play for Brohammer. 2 up and 2 down. Tigers not giving Fydrich any run support. 6-1 against Rodriguez, a right-hander. It's a potential strikeout. That's a 7. He strikes out of the 10. He is gone. So Bart Johnson out-dueling Mark Fydrich so far here in this game through 6 innings. We go to the 7th, and let's see what Fydrich can do with the Sox here. Brohammer tripled his last time up. 3-3 is the ballpark card. So we're going to Tiger Stadium. 1-2, that's a single to left field. So Jack Brohammer took advantage of Tiger Stadium, gets himself a single. His attempt is a 1. It's a 2, so it's a hit and run coming up by Bill Stein. Hit and run chance. 1-3 is a star line. Let's see what the star line is going to be. It's a 6, which is a fly to center, so that will put the runner back to first base as Brohammer retreats. 1 down, and that brings up Alan Bannister. Roll for the strategy roll, nothing happening. Fydrich to Bannister, 5-1, and we're going right back to Tiger Stadium again, another @ sign. Get a 4-3. 4-3 is a home run to the pull side. Bannister, though, has no home run power whatsoever, so forget the home run to the pull side. Now, I think a lot of times on the batter card, when he fails a home run check, you go re-roll again. But on the ballpark card, I'm thinking it's an out. RJ, are you still there? I'm trying to think. I don't have the rule book in front of me, but I'm thinking that it's I think on the ballpark card, I believe it's actually an out when it's not a home run, as opposed to over here where you just move on. But I believe it's an out. So that's a fly out to the pull side, which is left field for a right-handed batter. So Bannister flies out for out number 2. And that'll bring up Jerry Hairston. A roll for the strategy roll. Nothing happening. Fydrich, 2-1 is a possible error. Hairston, 3-4. 3-4 is a star line 6, which is a fly to center. The error check, that's a 9. LaFleur is only a 6, so LaFleur will make that play. And the Sox are retired in the top of the 7th. That's what I thought, RJL. That's what I thought. Just sometimes when you don't play a game that often, you can forget, especially when you play multiple games. Some of the rules sometimes get a little mixed up there. All right, so 7th inning stretch we go. There's no Harry Carey because we are not in Chicago. We're in Detroit, so no worries about Harry Carey. So Bart Johnson, he can face 28 batters. He has faced right now 18 and 6 is 24, so he's still good for probably another inning, I would think. 1-6 is blank on Johnson. Wagner, 4-3, single to center. So leadoff single for Wagner. His attempt is a 1, but there is a +1 there, so his attempt is a 2. And that's 10, nothing's happening. Infield is a double play depth for Bruce Kim. 4-1, possible single, but he's not tired yet, so that's going to be a blank. We go to Kim. 3-6 is a fly to center, and that's 1 away. 1 down for Chucky Scrivener. And you wonder if they might pinch hit for Scrivener here. They need some offense in the worst way, so they're going to go to the bench. We're going to go to the bench. We're going to pinch hit for Scrivener. Oop, LaFleur got upside down somehow. We're going to pinch hit for Scrivener, light-hitting second baseman. He's going to be pinch hit for. And he's going to be pinch hit for, they don't have any lefties on the bench. They got all right-handers. So they're going to go with their best hitter, average-wise, I guess you want to call it, and that is one of their catchers, Bill Freehand. So Bill Freehand will pinch hit for Scrivener, and then Pedro Garcia will take over at second base. He's not as good defensively, but they need the offense, so they're taking a chance that Bill Freehand will be able to do something for him. Garcia, defensively, not very good. Not very good. He's a 1, 11, and a 0. Probably should have brought in Jerry Manuel. He's a little bit better, but we'll play it. I've already made the call, so we'll go ahead and call it that. Okay, so Bill Freehand, the batter. Infield at double play depth again. 4-6 is the ballpark card. Maybe Bill Freehand could get something off of Tiger Stadium. His home run, though, is only a 6, so not that good. 1-1 is a star line 3. It's actually a ground ball to third. Could be a double play. His double play range a 2. They were halfway, makes it a 3. He's a +1, makes it a 4. And the pivot is at second base, which is a 0. So 1-4, it's a double play. And how you like that? Bill Freehand pinch hits into a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn to end the inning. So Ralph Houck made a move. It didn't work, and that happens sometimes. You try what you can try, and either it works or it doesn't. Okay, we go to the 8th. Mark Fydrich back out. He can face 34 batters. Right now, he has faced 28. So he's still good, unless he starts giving up some more runs. So Ralph Garr will lead things off. 2-3 on Fydrich. It's a blank against a lefty. Would have been a strikeout against a righty, but against a lefty, it's blank. Finish up on Garr, 5-5. Question mark 7. Anything up through a 17 is a hit. That's a 9, which means that's a double for Ralph Garr. So Garr gets his first hit of the game, a leadoff double. He will not try to steal third, but Fydrich will roll for the strategy roll to make sure there's no 20. And there's not. Here's George Orta. 6-6 is blank. Go to Orta's card. 2-5. 2-5 is another question mark. Question mark 8. 1 through 14 is a hit, but fortunately for Fydrich, that is a 17. So So that's going to be out of range, or out of the hit range, I should say. So it's going to be a fly to center. Now, to get to third, Ralph Garr's BR rating is a 3. You lose 3, but LaFleur is a 1. So there's a chance of a 1 he could get to third base. 6, he's out. 5, he has to hold, so he can't make it. So order flies up, but not deep enough. And that will send up Spencer. Rolling the strategy roll, nothing happening. Fydrich to Spencer. 2-2 is a blank. We go to Spencer's card. Finish the at bat. 5-4 against a lefty would have been a base. I'm sorry, 5-4 is a base hit. I was reading 5-5. 5-4 is an S6, so it's a base hit. Can the run score on an S6? To get from second to home on an S6, you have to have a 3 or better BR rating. And Mr. Garr is a 3, so he will score. And that makes it 4-1. And might be the beginning of the end here for Mr. Fydrich, as Spencer gets that base hit. And let's see how they want to play this. Spencer, actually, he does have a attempt rating of 2, so we'll see if he can get a jump. He cannot. So here is Fydrich to now Brian Downing, the batter. Infield is at double play depth. 3-6 is a strikeout chance against a right-hander. That's a 12. That's an 11, but you add 1 from the stadium, gives them a 12. So Tiger Stadium helps with the strikeout right there. And there's 2 away for Chet Lemon. Nothing on the strategy roll. Fydrich, 1-4. Potential walk, and that's a 2, so it will be a walk. Chet Lemon draws the 2-out walk, puts runners at first and second with 2 down. And Jack Brohammer, the batter. And this may be the beginning of the end. He's right at 34 batters faced. So Ralph Houk's going to make the move. They're going to bring in a lefty to face Jack Brohammer. That's going to be it for Fydrich. They will turn to their left-hander, Jim Crawford. Is it Jim Crawford or is it John Hiller? Are they going to go to Jim Crawford? Hiller's their closer. You're not going to bring your closer in. So Jim Crawford's going to be coming in and can't close the book on Fydrich yet because 2 runners are still out on the base paths that are his responsibility. So we'll see what happens. There is a pickoff chance for Crawford, so we'll roll in the strategy roll, and there's nothing happening. Crawford to Brohammer, lefty on lefty. 6-3 is a blank, so we go to Brohammer's card. Brohammer. 5-2, and it's a good thing we switched off. Look at that. He would double to left against a right-hander, but against a left-hander, he flies to left. So that's going to end the inning. 1 run is in on that RBI single from Jim Spencer. It makes it 4-1. So we close the book now on Fydrich. He gave up 4 runs. They were all earned in 7 2/3 innings. Let's see how many hits he gave up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits and 1 home run. Walks and strikeouts. He walked. The only walk there's 2 walks, I should say. 2 walks. He walked 2. Struck out 2, 3, 4, 5. Struck out 5. And he's, of course, subject to take his loss. That would drop him to 13-6 on the replay if the Tigers aren't able to rally. Bart Johnson's going to come back out. He's got a 4-1 lead. And they figured they might as well let him keep going. He can face 28 batters. Right now, he has faced 27. So here is Ron LaFleur. 2-5, and that's a potential hit by pitch. He's a hit by pitch of 2, but that's a -8, so no hit by pitch. LaFleur, 3-3. He's going to single to center field. So LaFleur, a leadoff single. He is not going to try to steal. Strategy rolls are now off because it's a 3-run difference and only 2 innings left. So LaFleur will not try to steal. We're going to issue that. And Dan Meyer, the batter, infield, double play depth. 6-3, range play at Tiger Stadium. Let's see if Dan Meyer can do something. 3-5, he flies to center. It's a range play, so the range of the center fielder in this case is Lemon. He's a 3. And he cannot get to it to see if it's a double or a single. It's a double, so A double for Dan Meyer, double to center field. And let's see if the run can score. LaFleur runs well. He has a BR rating of 4. And the score from first on a double to center, you add 1, gives him a 5. Center fielder Arm Lemon is a +1's a 6, so he will score without a throw. An automatic score when you get the total of 6. And the Tigers at least get a run back, cut the lead to 4-2. If they can tie the game this inning, that would at least get Fydrich off the hook for a loss. So we'll see what happens here. Bart Johnson now, bullpen activity going for the White Sox. As let's see, we got Ogilvy, still got a bunch of lefties coming up. So the Sox looking at their bullpen. Terry Forster is potentially looking to come in. But I think they're going to give him one more bat. I think they're going to try, let's see, 20. You know what? They're not going to try. They're not going to take the chance. So Ogilvy is the next batter. Bart Johnson's going to come out. They're not going to play around. And Terry Forster is the new pitcher for the White Sox. Bart Johnson goes 7+. And can't close the book, obviously, because the runner on second is his responsibility. But right now, he holds a 4-2 lead, and the bullpen trying to secure it for him. Now, Forster does have a balk and a pickoff chance, so we will roll the strategy roll because now it's 4-2, and that means we're within the frame to do the strategy rolls. And nothing's happening there. Have to have a 20 to check that. Here's Forster to Ogilvy, 5-2. Potential walk. That's a 1, so Ogilvy will walk. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out still for Rusty Staub. And now the Sox bullpen having a little issues here. Strategy roll, nothing happening. So Forster to Rusty Staub. Staub was the big hero in the last game. Can he do it again? Forster, 2-5. Potential wild pitch. That's a 3. So he uncorks one. So Forster, a little wild here. A walk and now a wild pitch. And all of a sudden, the tying runs are now in scoring position with nobody out. Infield's going to lay back. They need to get an out. We'll redo the strategy roll again. Nothing's happening. Forster to Staub, 6-5. It's the ballpark card. Can Rusty Staub get in the one? If he does, he has an 18 home run against lefties. Check Tiger Stadium, 4-2. Oh, he grounds it in front of the plate. Boy, now how do you handle that one? To G2. And I'm thinking the runners have to hold on that. They're not going to go anywhere with the ball hit right in front of the plate. So, failed opportunity there for Mr. Staub, but there's only one out, so the Tigers still have some opportunities. Check the strategy roll, nothing happening. Here is Forster to Jason Thompson. 4-1 is a blank on Forster. We go to Thompson's card. 2-1 is a ground ball to second. That will allow the run to score. The run will score. And the runner will go to third, Mr. Ogilvy. So it cuts it to 4-3, but now there are 2 outs. And Aurelio Rodriguez, the batter, and that's going to be all for Forster. They're going to play the percentages and go to a right-hander. And they're going to go to the Goose. Goose Gossage is on. Goose Gossage is on to pitch. So we close the book on Johnson as both those runs are charged to him. He ends up giving up 3 runs, all earned, in his 7+ innings. Right now, it is up to the Goose. Runner in third, so we're not worried about a pickoff, so we're not going to roll any strategy rolls. There's no chance of a balk or a pass ball or any of that kind of stuff. So Gossage facing Rodriguez, 2 outs, tying run at third. 5-4 is a potential walk. That's a 5, and he will walk. So Gossage comes in and walks Aurelio Rodriguez to put runners at the corners. His attempt is a 1, but they're behind by 1. It doesn't make any sense at all for him to try to steal. So I'm going to eschew that. But we'll do a pickoff chance. And there's no 20 there, so no pickoff. So now it's up to Mark Wagner to get it done against Gossage. 6-3. Blank on Gossage. We go to Wagner. 2-3. 2-3 is a ground ball to second, and the inning is over. So the Tigers get 2 to cut the lead to 4-3 as we go to the 9th. but it does not get Fydrich off the hook for the loss, unless the Tigers come back and win it in the ninth, would be the only chance. But it's not going to help him as far as his record goes. Now, right-handers coming up for the Sox. So Jim Crawford only went 1/3 of an inning, and he did his job, but he's going to come out. And Steve Grilly, a right-hander, will be on for the Tigers, as again, they are playing the percentages, righty-lefty percentages, and they're going to go to Grilly. So Steve Grilly, right-hander, will be on to face the combinations of Stein, Bannister, and Hairston. 2 righties and a switch. So Grilly facing Stein, top of the ninth, 5-5. That's a range play at Tiger Stadium. Range play at Tiger Stadium. 2-1. 2-1 is a pop-up to the catcher. So the range check of the catcher, Kim, he is a 4. And he makes the catch. So Bruce Kim hangs in there and gets it. 1 down for Alan Bannister. 4-2. 4-2 is a strikeout chance. That's a 1, so he is gone. Bannister is out of there. So Grilly, 2 up, 2 down. And that will bring up Jerry Hairston, top of the order. 1-5, that's a ballpark chance. So we go to Tiger Stadium. Hairston has no home run power, though, so it can't be a homer. 6-3 is a ground ball to third, so the farthest thing from a home run. Hairston actually now 0 for 5 in the game. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. It's the Sox 4 and the Tigers 3. And Goose Gossage looking to save the day for the Sox. And let's check the lineup for the Tigers. They may be looking at some pinch hitters again. They do have on the bench to pinch hit. They've used Freehand, but they do have Willie Horton and they do have Alex Johnson, a couple of good hitters, along with Mickey Stanley. So there's lots of options. So Bruce Kim and RC are both going to be called back, and they're going to be lifted for pinch hitters. We have Alex Johnson first and Willie Horton second. So Alex Johnson will pinch hit for Kim, and then pinch hitting for Garcia will be Willie Horton. See if you can hear a who or hear something. All right, Alex Johnson will start things off here against the Goose. 6-6, that's a walk plus. That's a 16, but his walk plus is a 10. Added to this is a 15. 1 from the stadium makes it a 16. It is barely a walk, but it is a walk. So Alex Johnson walks. Now his attempt is a 4. See if he can get the steal. It's a 19. He cannot. So Willie Horton is going to be up now. The infield is at double play depth for Mr. Horton. Gossage. 6-2 is a strikeout chance. That's a 13. Horton's a 12. 1 from stadium. He does strike out. So Horton heard a strikeout right then. So failed opportunity right there. Forgot to roll the strategy roll for Gossage. I'll do that on this at bat. It's not a 20, so there's no pickoff chance. Here's LaFleur. 5-3, and it's a blank. So we go to LaFleur's card. 2-1. Ground ball to the pitcher. Could be a double play. They were at double play depth. The pivot is the second baseman because the batter is right-handed. Second baseman is a 0. His double play rating is a 2. Gossage adds nothing. So it's a 1-2 for a double play, and the game will be over. 3 or higher, and we keep playing. It's a 1. It's all over. LaFleur hits into a rare double play, but it was right back to Gossage. It'll go 1-4-3. And there's your ball game. The Sox beat the Tigers by the score of 4-3. Unfortunately for Mr. Fydrich, he takes the loss. He will drop to 13-6. And tough outing. In real life, they won the game 3-1. So they scored 3 runs just like they did in real life, but they gave up 4, which they didn't do in real life. So there's your problem. Let's see here. I don't believe there were any errors in the game. And the score was 4-3. So now we'll check hits. And let's see what we got here for hits. For the Tigers, I'm sorry, for the White Sox, 1, 2. Well, Fydrich gave up 7. We know that. And let's see, anything else? after the 7. I don't see any hits allowed. So it's 4-7-0 for the White Sox. For the Tigers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits I've got for the Tigers. All right, so final line score, Chicago White Sox, 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Detroit Tigers, 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. Losing pitcher, unfortunately, is Mark Fydrich, so I'll bring out his through 20 starts results, and he now drops to 13-6 on the season, and he gave up 7 runs in 7 2/3 innings. So this 2/3 here is going to make that basically 2 innings, which gives him 175, and the 7 makes him a 182. So he'll be at 182 for his innings pitched. And his hits, 7 allowed, he's up now to 152. Runs is 4, so he's up to 42. Home run, he gave up 1, makes it a 5. His walks, he walked 2, which gives him 34. And he struck out 5, which gives him 62. And again, he drops to 13-6. And I don't have the calculations in front of me to do his ERA to the date, but I will have that for the next Fydrich replay. So right now I'm getting in the groove of doing the Fydrich replay to finish this off, and of course doing the 2019 Washington Nationals season replay on Stratomatic. Just had the opening day. That's as far as I've gotten. So we got a long way to go on that one. But game 1 was in the books yesterday for that. So that's obviously a long project, although the PC will certainly help me out on that. I do appreciate you guys for checking in with me on a +1 for pitcher on all DPs. You're talking about if it's a ground ball back to the pitcher, you add 1 because they're at double play depth. Is that what you're saying? Did I forget to do that? I guess I forgot to do that. So it really would have been a 1-4, I think, as it turns out, on the double play. But it was a double play anyway, so fortunately it did not, my little snafu there didn't affect the outcome of the game. But unfortunately for Mr. Fydrich, unfortunately for this guy right here, he took the loss. 4-3. Tough White Sox lineup. They can hit. I mean, as you found out in the 77 replay, they can certainly hit. The part that kind of surprised me was the fact that Bart Johnson pitched so well. So, hope you're having a wonderful Friday evening. I believe it's right around almost 6 o'clock. Probably people want to go eat dinner or whatever. Yeah, for if it's G1 correct. Okay, thank you very much for that. Like I said, it's little idiosyncrasies, and what I'll probably do is I think they did another amendment to the rules, so I'll probably need to download the latest update on the updated amendments for these rules, because sometimes some of those rules get added in and I don't know what they are. I'm almost thinking about ordering a new set of these, like a new game box, not a season, but maybe the new box that has the all the game parts and the rules in it and the charts. I think it's like $12 to do that. Get a new game box and everything else. I may do that. I don't know. I may do PDF, or I may just go to the thing and download the updated amendments to the rules and see how it goes. All right, so there you have it. Mark Fydrich, his next start. He spent so much time at Tiger Stadium, but now he gets to go on the road. His next start will be start number 22. It'll happen August 29th, 1976 against the Oakland A's. And he'll be facing against right-hander Mike Torres in that one. So left coast is the next game for Mark Fydrich. He gets to hop on the plane and head out west and face those Oakland A's of 1976, who at that point were pretty much getting depleted by Charles Finley and the free agency, as Reggie Jackson left, Jim Hunter left. They still had Raleigh Fingers, and they still had Sal Bando and Campaneris and some of those guys. But when you miss the heart and soul of your team, two of your top guys, Jackson and Hunter, that kind of took it out of him, I think. And I think losing to Boston in the 75 ALCS took it out of him as well. So Fydrich will be looking to go chase the Oakland A's and see what he can do on his next start. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I don't know when I'm going to do another video. I might do another one for the Nationals. I'm not sure on Stratomatic. We'll have to wait and see. Depends on what mood hits me. I took some time off from videoing, and now I'm kind of getting back into it. So you kind of get in those grooves. You kind of want to do a whole bunch at one time, but I don't want to do overkill either. So just whatever comes to mind, I may do that. I don't know. I was using rubber bands to keep these teams, but obviously that's not a good thing to do. So I found these little baggies. I'm not sure the exact size. I found them off of Amazon. I think they're like 3.5 by 5 or something like that, and they hold the teams very, very well. So I've eschewed the rubber bands and gone with these, and that way it keeps the cards from getting any kind of a problem on them. All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Mr. Aiden Steele, Dave Gardner, Dan Douglas. Welcome to you. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Brandon Baker, and of course Mr. RJL518, who is the master of the inside pitch / payoff pitch games. So check out the one and dones and the 1985 payoff pitch season replay on his channel. And of course, check out all the other great channels that are out there doing either live broadcast or video uploads, whatever it may be, and whether it's baseball, basketball, golf, hockey, whether it be cards and dice or PC, give them a shout out, a look, and support their efforts. So that's going to do it from here. Again, the final score, White Sox 4, Tigers 3. Unfortunately, Mark Fydrich takes the loss, drops to 13-6. And his ERA is going to go above 2 now. It was at 1.97, but 4 runs in 7 innings. That's going to bump that up a little bit over 2. So he's going to get very close to his real life ERA here shortly, which is good. That means inside pitch I'm quite pleased with how inside pitch is reproducing the numbers on Mark Fydrich. Eventually, one of these days, I'll do an inside pitch season replay. Don't know when that'll be, but eventually one of these days I will do that. All right, until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there and enjoy doing whatever you choose to do as far as gaming goes. Play whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all sometime down the road.